Hey guys, and welcome back once again to the channel. My name is D-Free, and for today's video we'll be talking about the news basically of the new character and new content coming to Dragon Ball Legends. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel as well, please be sure to subscribe and stick around for more content going forward. So again, we do have V-Jump leaks to some degree. We don't have the full-on scans out yet, but we do have some leaks for some content coming to not only Legends but also Dokkan. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. Like I said, let's get it underway. Alright, so as you guys see, we do have Super Oob coming to Dragon Ball Legends. Yes, Majuub is coming to Legends, so I'm excited about that. Majuub is going to be a character that I am definitely going to be pulling for. Let me know in the comment section down below how you guys are feeling about Majuub and whether or not you guys are going to wind up pulling. And again, we are going to be talking about him a little bit more in detail and what I expect to see and potentially what colors he's going to wind up having, etc. Now, there is a Zenkai for GINYU coming out as well. So the thing about this was I initially recorded this video with the thought of, and I broke it down on each individual GINYU character and thoughts that I had for, you know, which character should get it and stuff like that. However, there was an in-game notice, basically, I believe Zed pointed this out over on Twitter, so shout out to him, but there was an in-game notice pointing out that they are going to be revamping, in fact, I could probably put it up here, they're going to be revamping the current Frieza Saga event, where Krillin, actually the EX Purple Krillin, here it is, gets his Zenkai. So there's going to be more stages added to this. So preparation period, they're going to be adding more stages in a few days here. So around the 20th is when GINYU will be getting his Zenkai. So it's most likely going to be the EX Zenkai here, or the EX GINYU here that you see that's getting the Zenkai. It's pretty much, I'd say, confirmed at this point. So this also is, I believe, the first time they're doing the thing where they're going back and touching up an event and adding more stages and another free Zenkai, most probably anyway, to one of these events. So this does set the future precedent for other characters from arcs getting Zenkais from these events rather than just one character per event. So this is something I talked about when Krillin came out. I do think eventually they'll come back and Zenkai that yellow EX Gohan that pairs with this Krillin, and it's pretty cool to see them actually going ahead and doing it. And this again does set a precedent for other arcs eventually getting Zenkais as well. So again, most probably going to be the EX Purple GINYU there, and going forward we'll see what happens. So if that's all you came for, again, thank you so much. To recap, Majuub is coming to Dragon Ball Legends, and let me know what you guys think about that in the comments down below. Are you guys going to pull, etc.? Other than that, we are probably going to get the Purple GINYU getting a Zenkai in as close as just a few days here, so stay tuned for that. If that's all you came for, hit the thumbs up and subscribe to the video with your friends as well, and thank you so much for your support. So the rest of the video is going to go as follows. We're going to talk about Oob and GT. We're going to talk about the way GT has been handled in the game thus far, because I think that's pretty pertinent info, and we're also going to cycle back to GINYU and what I think is going to kind of wind up happening for him a little bit, and just kind of speculating about the way that the Frieza Saga tag, which is a tag that's been getting a ton of support with ultra characters and stuff like that, is kind of evolving and taking the game and the meta in a way by storm. So hope you guys enjoy the rest of this video, and here we go. So we're talking about GT, like I said. So if you watched my breakdown video of how to build the best GT teams in Dragon Ball Legends, I believe it was best and strongest as it was titled. I'll leave that down below if you haven't, though. That'll be in the description. Please be sure to check that out. Any view you guys do offer the channel does help out tremendously. That being said, if you watch that video, I broke down each color individually and all of the best options for each color individually. So one thing that was kind of talked about a lot in short was basically the team overall features a lot of characters of mixed attributes. So we have defense type characters that are pretty good, we have blast attackers that are really good, and melee attackers that are really good. Now that's not very uncommon. However, the best build of GT, in my opinion, all things being even, is a mixed team. There are a lot of teams that you kind of want to build one way versus the other way, blast attack or strike attack, etc. However, GT was a team that kind of fit both. However, one thing that was very clear in breaking down each color was that GT was devoid of options for a lot of colors. Example, we look at green. Green has a Zenkai 7 Super 17 that's very good, and a LF SS4 Vegeta, who is, or Gogeta, excuse me, is really, really good as well. However, he does kind of want to have some higher stars, and you obviously need to have 17 at a higher star level to Zenkai him, etc. But other than that, the green options are pending Zenkais, or you just kind of want a new green otherwise. And shout out to SS4 Goku. He's not holding it down in higher ranked PvP. Other than that, we look at Red. Red has a couple of Zenkai characters, and Omega, I guess, if you want to use him. Omega's kind of underrated a little bit by today's standards, but he is a year old in a game with massive power creep constantly. Blue is looking for options. Again, they have Ice Shenron, Super Babies quite old. I hope he never gets a Zenkai though. Pan, I guess, could deserve a Zenkai, but again, Zenkais are not really what I'm looking for. So long story short, what colors do I think are most notable? Purple is the one I'm looking at the most. They have SS4 Goku, so you may argue they don't need another option, but they literally don't have another option other than the SS4 Goku. So if you want to run GT, you have to have, if you want to run a purple anyway, SS4 Goku as your main purple fighter. 17, I guess, at a high star level, but other than that, I'm not considering any other purple there. And then I guess blue is worth consideration as well. But yeah, GT is just very devoid of options. So those are the two colors I'm looking at, most notably purple for Oob potentially coming to game as a purple character. So what do I want to see in kits for Oob? One thing I want to point out is GT has, again, like they have a lot of mixed attackers, stuff like that. They've got some good defensive characters, but I want to really see a support character come back to GT in a very big way. So we had Super Baby 2 hold that spot down for quite a while. Again, I hope he never gets a Zenkai because some of the things he does, I just don't want to see again. But purple Oob as a supporting character, as a traditional supporting character, offering buffs and things like that on Switch Out would be awesome. Now, obviously, you want to give him more than that. I want to see a really cool ultimate animation, stuff like that, and you know, you want to give more to help him survive in the current meta. But as a supporting character, I think would help take GT to the next level as a team that's extremely premium, one of the most premium and rushed teams over the last like 3 or 4 months. A lot of their roster has kind of come out in terms of the good characters anyway. One of the more premium teams in the game as a result, including Zenkais, LF, etc. So Oob would be a big boon for this team if he's done properly. Personally, let me know what you guys think in terms of a support Oob potentially coming to the game. Support doesn't equal bad, by the way. He can be built very, very well as a support type character. And the thing about support type characters is, in my opinion, they have a really, really good chance, if they're built well, at surviving for quite a while in the game, because some of the things they do are pretty invaluable. I mean, look at Vado. She's still an incredible character, in my opinion. So let's talk about GINYU. Like I said, it's most probably going to be Captain GINYU EX purple here. So speaking of support type characters that are actually purple, this is hilarious. He's a support purple type character. It's been a while since we've had a free EX Zenkai 7. But some of the most notable things he does are he does the no switch here. He draws the Awakened Arts card body change. One fun thing about the fact he draws an Awakened Arts card is that the Awakened Arts cards are very, 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 very underrepresented in the game. There's probably like maybe 7 in the entire game, maybe less than that, right? So Frieza actually does buff the Awakened Arts damage. Now, I think this was probably designed for Powerful Opponent and Bojack, but I'll take it on my Frieza Force or Namek Saga team, having GINYU do more damage with his Awakened Arts card. It does major pierce damage. I mean, that's got to go up, maybe, right? Probably not, but still, we'll see what happens. This attack also cannot leave them at any lower than 1 HP, just like Bojack's move as well. So yeah, he does no switch. The only downside is no switch for allies too, but still no switch is great. You can literally just use no switch to get a free rush in and be good to go. So he has, again, supporting attributes here for Frieza Force and GINYU Force specific characters. Now, he's at his absolute best on a full GINYU Force team because he does have that unique that requires 3 GINYU Force members. And I'll briefly talk about the GINYU Force EX team in just a moment. But the thing is, he's not really doing much else for the team outside of a GINYU Force / Frieza Force build. And the best version of the Frieza Saga team obviously does include some version of the team would include like the Ultra characters, the LF Frieza, the LF Goku here, or even the free blue Goku as well. There's obviously some quite good characters here that are not GINYU Force or Frieza Force specifically, so you would want to include those characters in the best version of the team. And if it is that character, I'd argue that on this team specifically, Krillin is a better purple supporting character because of what he can offer, especially like the Goku characters. But Krillin has a lot of value in terms of the way he's built. Very good support design on a free EX character. And then other than that, I mean, obviously you have the Ultra Vegeta here, who's a freaking monster. He is a beast. He does a crap ton of damage, and he's very hard to play against, and he's very powerful. So, like, purple's a kind of a stacked color for this grouping here, to where, you know, even another EX character kind of does make it harder, or another purple Zenkai 7, excuse me, does make it harder to even use him. But maybe there's some leverage in running like a purple red or something like that. But let's take a look outside of this team, because I don't think he'll be designed for this team, obviously, because he's not already built for this team. Let's look at just Frieza Force and GINYU Force specifically. So the thing about GINYU Force is they have a full team built out. So if you wanted to just kind of revisit this team, I'm pretty sure at a high star level, like obviously 14 star, the full GINYU Force team is going to still be able to wreck some face. They've got some good stuff in their kits. Obviously not going to be able to rip through pieces of teams like they used to be able to, just because the game climate has changed so much, but they'll be able to be competitive, especially if they start picking up Zenkai characters going forward. Like if Green GINYU were to Zenkai as well, now we're really talking, right? Or even the Red EX GINYU as well, or Red Sparking Captain GINYU, excuse me, as well. So we take a look at Frieza Force. So this is a more relevant team because you can actually dip out and not only use Captain GINYU. Again, Captain GINYU is in a weird spot if the way he's currently built anyway. They could add if your team is all Frieza Force, but the way he's currently built, outside of a GINYU Force team, he's losing out on uniques and stuff like that. So if they added viability to be used on a full Frieza Force team and extend his usability, that would be great. But you have some good characters here, like the LOE characters and stuff like that, and there are some Zenkais and stuff like that here as well. Ultra Vegeta is not a Frieza Force character. That's interesting. If this Vegeta is a Frieza Force character, why wouldn't the Ultra Vegeta be one? Okay. Actually, this was never mind. This is already after he already defected, right? Yeah, it's after he defected. Never mind. So yeah. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Yeah. So Oob is getting his coming out with the Zenkai. No, Captain GINYU is getting a Zenkai as well. Let me know what you guys think overall. Last thing I'll say is I talked about it briefly. GT's in a really weird spot. So if you want to have the best possible GT team, obviously you want to wait and see what Oob does, but it's very possible you end up needing Oob, especially if he is one of those colors like blue or purple. Now, blue has ice, so really I can understand why they wouldn't drop another blue character. Ice is very, very good, but if you didn't get a highly starred ice, maybe you were waiting for Oob or whatever, and he winds up being blue, that would be a good color for him. But really, he can pretty much fall into almost any color and be fine as an option for GT, because they need options everywhere. So it is what it is. Thank you all. Have to hit that thumbs up, subscribe, hit the thumbs up. I can't talk. I'll see all of you in the next one. Peace, everybody.